Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast, the football podcast we bring you each and every week. It's Monday. It's the Monday mashup. It's a bank holiday here in Ireland, but it is deadline day, so we are bringing you a show. Marky will be joining us shortly. He said he'd be in around quarter past or so. So we'll catch up with Marky then when he comes in when we're doing our review of the Premier League action. And there's plenty to talk about us, as you can see. We are looking as well. It is deadline day, so we are keeping you updated on that as well. Anything that's going there. And we'll be talking Marcus Rashford. We'll be talking Um, Matthias Tell. Plenty to talk about. Joe Felix, potentially AC Milan, Ben Chilwell, Crystal Palace. All of a sudden, last day, everyone wants to suddenly do business. No one wanted to do anything all month. We've been sitting around waiting, you know, unbelievable at this stage, that it's taken to this day to start doing a bit of business, teams fixing up and stuff like that. United, I'm sure, will be fairly disappointed. Ruben Amorim as well, not getting that Tell deal over the line, but certainly getting in the other signing, Patrick Dorgu, which looks a very good signing. So let's see what happens there. Let's go down through what's in at the moment. Let's see what's there. Harrison Armstrong has signed a new 3.5-year deal with Everton, just came in there, and will join Derby on loan for the rest of the season. So nothing amazing there. We've just heard that there is, from Matthias Tell, the deal with Tottenham will include an option to buy, that he has had discussions with Ange Postecoglou, and he has convinced him. We thought the boy was on his way to Man United. But obviously we heard during the day as well that had changed and he was on his way to Spurs. Looks like that deal will get done. Just to let you know as well, in the chat, Philip is there. Big up, Philip. Mark will be here shortly. He's just a little bit delayed. He had a wedding party in for a fitting. So he'll be with us in about 15 minutes or so. So always good to see you there. Joanne's there as well. Big up, Joanne. How are you? Big win yesterday. Massive win. And Ian's in as well, was in with me on Saturday. Ian, what's the crack? Good to see you there, pal. And don't forget, folks, if you could, the Monday mashup this season is sponsored by Hogan Elite Trophy Hire. So if you check it out there, it's on Facebook and on Instagram. Give them a follow, give them a like, give them a share. And if you do have an event that needs those beautiful trophies displayed at it, hit up Mark, let him know you're a subscriber and a follower of the podcast, and Mark will surely look you. Yeah, Philip, he'll be here shortly. He's just caught up. My main man Baz is in as well. Evening, my bro. How are you? Good to see you in there as well. Interesting weekend for the football, as always. So let's get back up here and see what else signings wise is happening. Chilwell closing in on Palace loan move. That was 11 minutes ago, the latest update, looking to go to Crystal Palace. Interesting. And also Fulham looking to bring back Willian. Interesting. This guy just doesn't age. Sure, he doesn't. Shay Given being interviewed as well tonight said he's disappointed in Newcastle's lack of signings. I don't know whether it's a lack of signings or whether they're maybe just a little bit hamstrung. So many of these teams are just hamstrung at the moment by PSR and FFP. So they literally just can't do anything. And a lot of the signings and stuff and a lot of swap deals and all, there's such difficult deals to get through and stuff like that. I know if you're Man City, you can go out there, just lash the money down and get the deals done. And if you're in that position, then that's all well and good. You can do that. And we've seen Brighton do deals, we've seen Villa do deals and stuff like that. So it can be done. Villa also have agreed a loan deal with Chelsea for the Sassy. Axel the Sassy heading to Aston Villa. What a window Villa are having. Marcus Rashford announced there this morning. And now Axel the Sassy going in there as well. Just to let you know, folks, as well, it's 1-0 to West Ham. Scoring there just before half-time. Some would say kind of against the run of play. Chelsea were putting the squeeze on for that middle part of that half when I was watching it and stuff like that. So we will get back to that and keep you updated on. I'm sure the chat will keep us updated as well. Joanne, yeah, another 3 points on to the next game. Yeah, absolutely. It was a big win, Joanne. A big win. Did you get the UT logo added? I did. I seen it. United are completely, utterly finished. Acer's absolutely going in there. Big time. Let's see what else has come in. Anything of interest. Willian to return to Fulham, we already told her. With the boys on the show, they're talking about Dominic Szoboszlai and Luis Diaz need to do more. Are Liverpool too reliant on Salah? Come on. So they speak the obvious sometimes, don't they? The Sassy, interesting. What else have we got? Getting frustrated. I'll bring intensity. Dorgu relishes Man United move, talking about bringing the intensity to the team and stuff like that. Good to hear it. That's the kind of talk from a young lad. Neville, there's no way back for Rashford at Man United. It's sad. It is sad. And I'll tell you, folks, I don't know what you thought about this. What did you think of some of the pictures that went out? Marcus Rashford, he's looking pretty rough, isn't he? Looks pretty rough. So I don't know if there's something else going on there as well. But looked at some of those pictures today, barely even looked like Rashford. What else have we got in here? Anything else going on? Sounds now like Arsenal unlikely to do any business similar to ourselves. Forest looking on a deal for an Aberdeen youngster, Lewis Carroll. Lloyd Kelly has completed a loan move to Juventus from Newcastle. Anything else? What else is in here? Should be the Sassy. Villa signed PSG midfielder Asensio on loan. Aston Villa. Oh my God. What's going on here? Aston Villa. On a mad one. Dortmund confirmed the Chukwueze loan deal. What story? Everyone's doing deals in the last 2 hours. It's all kicking off and stuff like that. Where have they been all month? All we spoke about is managers. All window. Neville Tell will improve Spurs. Of course he will. I looked at that chart earlier. All the spending in the Premier League and stuff like that. It's higher than the last year or two, I think, but it doesn't break that one. Remember the one that was 800 million or something? I think it was the one Chelsea went mad in, was it? Arsenal close to close their transfer window without any new signings. Rolling the dice like ourselves. Interesting one. What's this one? Jeffrey Schlupp, Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp undergoing his medical with Celtic. Interesting move there as well. What else have we got going on? Let's see. Let me know, folks, in the chat as well if you know of anything else going on. There's a few. Obviously, Joe Felix, AC Milan. Interesting one as well. Yeet Mania t-shirt. Yeah, absolutely. Upper tier logo with music added. The music's irrelevant. Can't use the music. Rashford put on some weight in the face. I don't even know if it's weight or if he just looked rough, isn't it? I'm not too sure. But here's our main man. He's coming in now. What up?
What's the story, cuz? Sorry about that. Got caught up in work, the usual.
Yeah, no hassle at all. I was just going through some of the transfers there. I don't know if you're saying something. It's kind of mad.
So I just caught a few on the phone on the way home there, and I'm just after seeing West Ham are winning 1-0 as well against Chelsea. I don't even know who scored. Let's have a look. Oh, Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen.
Yeah, Joe Felix to AC Milan on loan.
Aston Villa on a mad one.
Yeah.
After bringing in Asensio from PSG on loan.
Yeah, Asensio, yeah. And a certain Marcus Rashford, yeah.
The Sassy's gone there as well, I think.
Seeing that, yeah.
From Chelsea. They're laying down a marker here big time. Willian as well going back to Fulham.
On a free, yeah, seeing
going back to Fulham. Yeah. That'd have to be on a free.
Yeah, at his age. He'll do well. He played well under Silva before, so I think he'll do well again.
Yeah, Joe Felix hadn't AC Milan.
AC Milan on loan, seeing that,
AC Milan. And Ben Chilwell heading to Palace on loan. Few interesting moves now.
Is he fit at the minute?
Yeah, Chili's. I think he is. As far as I know, he is. Yeah,
he'll do well there.
Yeah, he should do. He should do. But we'll keep an eye on it here as it updates anyway, and we'll go through it and stuff like that. Where do we see? Arsenal looks like Arsenal aren't taking in anyone by the sounds of things. I don't think we're doing anything either. Now, where is
this screen on the telly? I might have Sky Sports News on one, and then the Monday Night Football on the other side.
Yeah. What did What did you make some of those pictures of Rashford today? Doesn't look good at all, doesn't.
He looked like he went out last night or the night before celebrating, and he was a little tender, let's say. Yeah, he didn't look great. I'd see all him and Bangladesh, the side by sides and the mashing of the face and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine if Van Nistelrooy knocks United out of the FA Cup on Friday night. Stop answers, will you?
As bad as we are racist, I cannot see that happening. As bad as we are.
Absolutely. You know, that podcast is Wednesday night. It's not tomorrow night. It's Wednesday night. I just haven't put it up yet. Marcus Rashford had the potential to become a great and a legend at United. When LVG gave him his big break, I said he is capable of breaking Wayne Rooney's goal-scoring record and Ryan Giggs' all-time appearances. Just goes to show you.
I tell you what, he will do well at Villa, though, Philip. I have a feeling he'll go on and do really well at Villa. You know, he'll apply himself and he'll probably get the attitude back and the football that we know him for and for loving playing football. So I would say he'll do well with Villa. Go on,
Morris, you're only after going out and hammering Man City 5-1. What would you need a striker for?
That's it.
Lee Gunner would be delighted with tonight's performance. Absolutely. Where are we?
Any transfers in the doll, is there, Morris? No?
No one. Ryan's in as well. Ryan, great weekend for you as well, my friend. Played really well.
Oh, yes. Very, very good weekend indeed.
We will be talking about it. Mark, I dropped their sponsorship as well, so they all know to like and subscribe and all that kind of good stuff as well. So let's talk Premier League, and we will keep our eye on the transfers as they go along. So let's kick it off. 7-0, Nottingham Forest versus Brighton.
How unpredictable is this Premier League this season? It's I was obviously in work on Saturday and I sat down on my lunch break and I opened LiveScore and I seen it. I was like, what the hell is going on? Now I didn't mind. I have Chris Wood in my team, so brilliant performance by Forest. You know, some of the football they're playing has been excellent. And listen, Brighton aren't an easy team to beat. I know, but listen, they've had injuries and stuff this season and all that, but they're still not they're a tough team to break down.
Jekyll and Hyde, haven't they? Good performance, poor performance, good performance, poor performance.
Forest were just on fire. Everything they done was excellent. You know, their midfield, they probably have one of the best backbones in the Premier League, you know, keeper to striker, in terms of consistency, week in, week out performing. I know they had a little bit of a dip last week, but they bounced back, and boy, they bounced back well. Unbelievable. Listen, 7-0, no one would have seen it, but yeah, what a win.
What did you make of them turning down that huge money from Matoma?
Yeah, obviously, where was that? Out in Saudi, was it again, wasn't it? What is he, 29 now, would he be?
They offered them 90 million euro or something.
Yeah, but like 28, 29, I would have taken it. I would have bit their hand off and got a few lads in, you know. Maybe not, you know, you might get one player in this window and then you have the money to invest during the summer then to lay it on out for next season. But yeah, I thought you would have went, if I'm being honest, especially when the Duran move went, when he went to Villa to Al Nassr. And I thought Matona was going to go in the same way. Sorry, lads, if I keep coughing, me cough is still there. But yeah, I would have taken the money if I had been Brighton and like I say, invest. Obviously, Evans gone on loan to West Ham now as well, so they'll have to look at that situation as well. But yeah, strange one in my opinion.
I suppose the issue was probably just the timing of it. It wouldn't give them enough time to turn it around
to actually do something. Yeah,
do something. If it had been mid window, I'd say they probably would have definitely.
I'd say they would have, but like, listen, you might still take a punt, take the 90 million, and like I say, maybe get one player in the door before the window shuts tonight, and then look at it, keep some money for the summer, and then be able to really invest in the team, you know.
And I mean, their aspirations, and no disrespect to them, but their aspirations is kind of middle of the table and safety, isn't it? And just securing that Premier League money every season. Yeah. If you could throw a silverware or a trophy in there, well and good, but a good run in the cup, but really their bread and butter is that Premier League.
Can I just say one thing as well? Anthony Alanya on Saturday was immense, absolute immense.
Has been since he went there. Him and Hudson-Odoi on the other side, incredible.
And Gibbs White and all, but his link-up play, Alanya and Wood link-up play has been nothing short of brilliant, you know. They've been great. But listen, did you see the pub in Nottingham? that done the thing. Anytime Forest score 3 points, they weren't expecting that, really.
No, and a lot, but they lost a few bob that day. I tell you, we're
100%.
probably happy to do it. But listen, I think as a neutral, we're willing Forest into the Champions League spots, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, big time,
Yeah.
big time. It's great to see, and you look at the last season and season before. The first 2 seasons ago when they first came up, you were thinking they'd go straight back down, but Cooper had done a steady job there when he initially got them up. They were hard to play against at the City ground and stuff like that, and yeah, they've just been taking on leaps and bounds.
Then he went and signed 400 players and didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that happened.
Cooper's problem is he didn't know who to play.
Yeah,
that was his
that's
problem.
too big of a squad,
Yeah, Morris, I get you there. I tell you, Morris, if your season comes unraveled now or our season comes unraveled now, we've only ourselves to blame. Only ourselves to blame. Didn't strengthen from our position of strength. Stupid. We should both be doing it. Looking forward to watching Town Army eliminate Arsenal in Carabao Cup on Wednesday night. It's a big mountain to climb, but listen, if they can put 5 past, listen, this is Newcastle coming in off 2 bad results. Yeah. If they can put 5 past City, they can certainly be up for the game against Newcastle.
Says Joanne and Morris are in the chat there. I think with that comment.
Absolutely. Great to finally meet the Shawnee Bros. Happy to have made their day. Sign of a good, strong management team to bounce back like that. Absolutely. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. The goals, of course, by Mo Salah. Have I spoke to you, Mark, about Mo Salah?
No, what happened?
Spoke about Mo Salah. We just we pulled into Chelsea and we just dusted that, and now we're on the road to Argentina to Sergio Aguero. Next stop is Sergio Aguero.
And then Mr. Andrew Cole.
And then it's Andrew Cole. But I think the only way he starts jumping up over a few of these after a while is if he actually re-signs Mo Salah. Liverpool, if you're listening, re-sign Mo Salah, 2 years and a year option. And even Alan Shearer's record could be in doubt. Who knows?
So that's the Chelsea and Arsenal fans left in the dust the last few weeks now. It's
Chelsea and Arsenal fans,
But can I ask you a serious question? Was it a penalty?
For me, I would be disappointed if it was given against me.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it was a tough game, and we rode our luck. And I tell you, Bournemouth were unlucky as well.
They were.
They caught Alisson, prime Alisson.
He was unbelievable.
I don't know if you've seen even the near post save after the
deflect. No. That was his first clean sheet in 4 months or something like that, wasn't it? I think I read.
Something like that, yeah.
And obviously Kluivert should have stuck that chance away, the open goal he had from the rebound and stuff like that, to make it. But Bournemouth played very, very well. Alisson was top drawer, absolute top drawer. He was, nothing was going by him on Saturday. It was one of those games you could have been there for another 90 minutes and Bournemouth wouldn't have scored. So fantastic. Mo took his second goal very, very, very well. The penalty was good finish into the bottom corner. I don't think the keeper dived till after the ball had gone by him, that sort of way. So, very, very good win,
Yeah, there was a level of contact, but
I thought he tripped himself. To be fair, like
it depends on which angle you're looking from. When you're looking from one angle, you see that there is slight contact on it. Now, is there enough to clip it that way to bring it down? I suppose when you're in full flight, it doesn't take much for it to happen. But listen here, we'll take it. It's not like we weren't playing well ourselves either, you know what I mean? But to get a win there, and Bournemouth were on, I think they were on a run of 11 unbeaten in the league. So it was like it was huge. It was a huge game for us, and it was always going to be a really, really tough game. And I was online talking to Bournemouth fans after, and I said, lads, there's no shame in that at all. You guys are phenomenal this season. You got a great manager, you got a great squad, and good luck for the rest of the season. And keep on going at it. Keep it flat to the mat, and you never know what you might end up with.
Exactly.
Just keep it going. You're doing phenomenal. So that's it. Yeah, I think we will haul over the result again. I think we will overturn the result against Newcastle. Do you? Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
stranger things have happened this season.
Listen, you get an early goal there, and you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. You say, listen, we overturned a 3-goal lead against Barcelona. So listen, anything can happen. And yous are on fire at the moment. After that win against Man City, yous will rock up into St. James's and you'll be right ready for it.
Is Joanne Mikel in now after that on yesterday?
Only thing Arsenal are good at is merchandise. 14 so far this season. Absolute scandalous. It was a pen for me in this era of football anyway. Yeah, I think like it's very hard to Borough 2,
That was very
Sunderland
harsh.
2. Who did I see going to Sunderland today?
I didn't.
One of our players. Jaden Dans, is it?
Dan's, is
Is
it?
it Jaden Dans going to Sunderland today, I think? I'm not too sure. It's one of them anyway. Always going to be given. Yeah, I think so as well, yeah. Morrissey is still doing DJing at Fibbers. He certainly is. He's trying to fit everything in. Our next two
Jaden
fixtures.
Dan's is to join him on loan.
Yeah, great signing for them. He's a good lad. Our next two fixtures, Liverpool and bloody Bournemouth. There you go.
But listen, you have to play those games at some stage, and that win would have given you confidence now. So, no better time to play them when you have a bit of confidence, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge win for Liverpool, and I thought it would have uneased or unnerved Arsenal a little bit, but they're not going away this season. Everton seem to have found their shooting boots. Everton 4, Leicester 0. Darren called the one, I think, with Ted. I think the Decore one, I think. And Doya was one that Ted dropped into his beat the bookie as well. And Beto with 2 as well. On fire.
Unreal. One of the lads I know, Dave, was over at the game, and I was texting him. He arrived there on Friday, and they gave him this envelope with the tickets in it, and there was like vouchers for this bar that they were going to that night, and raffle tickets in it. And he didn't realize there was raffle tickets in it, so he threw the envelope in the bin. So they were in the bar that night. Graham Stewart and all was there, and they were doing a Q&A, and there was this man and his son beside him at the table, and the son was bored, so your man left and said, "Here, you can have them raffle tickets." He didn't know anything about it. Then Dave win a signed Carvet Loon jersey from the raffle ticket your man gave him, so he was delighted with life. So it was a good start to the weekend, and in fairness, I text him, my prediction was 3-1. But they were brilliant from the off. They were just unbelievable. Anytime they were going forward, they looked like they could score. Oh, Chelsea have a chance here to equalise, and they just have.
Just scored, yeah. Who got the goal? I didn't see who got the goal.
Let's have a look now. I just seen there was a bit of a Neto at the back post.
Nice.
There,
Ryan just told us actually Neto.
Neto, yeah. There was a shot came in, bounced around the place, and he was at the back post. Good little finish with the side foot on the left.
Yeah, I think so as well, Joanne. I think a lot of that this year has been it's kind of been like that Balotelli, why always me, kind of like the refs are against us, the PGMOL is against us, all this thing is against us. I think if Arsenal stop that and just focus on football and performance and just get on with it, dust themselves down, don't feel sorry for themselves when things don't go their way, because it doesn't always go your way, and they'll do fine. I think they're just dwelling sometimes in self-pity and stuff like that, and I think I know a lot of it as well as frustration, because I think Arsenal would have expected to be where Liverpool are this season, especially with the Man City drop-off. They would have thought it's them and then everyone else, and they're probably frustrated that they haven't been. But like 6 points is nothing, and the way Moisey's playing with Everton, that game in hand don't mean nothing at the moment.
And like Arsenal, there's a check for a possible offside here.
She's out always Simeone.
Good woman, Joanne. Now, listen, the way they've been playing, and obviously Saka's been injured, he's been chopping and changing kind of Martinelli and Trossard as well and stuff like that, but they were excellent yesterday, absolute excellent. Could have been a lot more, and to see the reaction, sure, we'll talk about it in a while. I think you're right there, Ryan, to be fair. I think it looks like it's going to be... Well, does it hit the West Ham player's head? Is that what they're looking at to see? Because Cucurella is definitely offside. But if it took a nick off the West Ham defender's head, he's that's what that's what they're looking at here. It looks like it does hit off the the slightest of touches. I think this is going to be chalked off for offside. Oh no, is it? No, I would say is it the slightest of touch off the West Ham defender's head? If it does, it'd be given anyway.
Yeah, I would have thought if it gets the touch, it's going to be given, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. And then, are they looking at another one? It definitely, to me, the defender's touches, so it should be given. Now I think they're looking at another one. Cucurella comes back onto the pitch as the ball is going in, and he's behind the keeper by the looks of it. So therefore, in an offside position. And then there's another Chelsea player in the line of the keeper when Jesus, there's a lot going on here. In fairness,
They've given it according to Ryan. They've given it.
Have they? Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be a little bit behind, so they've given
Yeah.
it. Right, where were we then? What were we talking about? Everton, of course, big win against Leicester.
Great win, and I think David was telling me after if the league had started when David Moyes took over, they'd be top with the three wins in a row, whatever, you know. Foul and Bone as well in the build up there. Looking at there would have been the replays on there.
What about Ipswich 1, Southampton 2? The lap with a lovely goal equaliser.
Great finish. Yeah, great finish was, but they're the type of games, if you want to stay in the Premier League, you have to be beating Southampton at home, you know.
Don't worry, Ryan. It's all good. Drop in whatever you want, pal, because it saves us. I'm focusing on so much stuff here. I'm like Sky Sports Centre here.
Ooh, bit of a nasty tackle there. Ryan, you probably see that yourself. Yeah, listen, that's one of those games you have to be taking 3 points from Southampton at home. I think their keeper Muric has cost him a lot this season. Ipswich, again, he did. He should have been better for the second goal in particular. I think stronger hand was needed. Ramsdale was in top form, and that's the difference, you know, where he kept them in the game and Southampton took their chances, and you know it looks like that they won't have that the record of Derby County from a few years ago. You know, they keep taking away and pick up a few points, but there's no doubt that Southampton will be relegated. Ipswich are in big trouble now. They should have taken their opportunities on Saturday afternoon and took 3 points off Southampton.
And I don't think they've done that in the window either, have they?
No, not
which is a big worry as well, because they're basically saying kind of like, you know, if they're not going to do it,
they need at least two defenders. They do to shore things up, like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, Joanne. I look at Odegaard. I like Odegaard as a player, and I think a lot of the time he does a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes through him sometimes that people don't pick up on. I think he moves the ball around, and I think sometimes he's involved in a lot of the link-up play that people don't give him credit for.
Yeah,
I mean, he got the opener the other day as well.
He got the first, but he's very underrated in terms of the, you know, his mind. He, you know, what he can do and his range of passing and stuff like that. So
yeah, especially, and you look at the front line that has been kind of blunt up till the last couple of games, stuff like that and all, but you know what I mean? They're not blunt because of what he's doing.
No.
You know what I mean? It's certainly it's more a case of whether the quality up front is there. You know, that was a must win for Ipswich and Potter. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And once you get down there, you ratchet it up. You know, so Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Newcastle seemed to be going along in this game. Everything seemed to be all right. Murphy on 37, and then second half, Fulham just kind of opened up, and it was like Marco Silva told them to go play football. Jimenez on 61 with the equaliser, and then Muniz on 82, actually finding his boots. He struggled the other day, got a couple of real good chances, I think, against you guys, and couldn't take them right in front of
the last game. Yeah, the last in stoppage time in particular as well in Craven Cottage.
Yeah, but he took this one.
But for me, it was a case of Newcastle not taking their chances. But you know, Isaac and a few of the other lads had enough chances to kill the game off. Particularly going 1-0 up, great finish by Murphy. You think they just get another goal and see the game out, but Fulham really played well in the second half and got back into it. I thought defensively Newcastle switched off a bit, particularly in the last 10 minutes and stuff. And to me, it going on a second half performance. It was a very well earned 3 points for Fulham on the road. And Newcastle isn't an easy place to go to, as we well know. But they done very, very well, and it's another what if. Newcastle for me have been just so inconsistent, and particularly performances at home. So yeah, great win for Fulham, man. Silva just has been playing some great stuff, you know.
I tell you, Joanne, I wouldn't necessarily refuse him. I wouldn't have a problem with Martin Odegaard playing at Liverpool at all, to be honest. He's good at it's not in his hair, excellent at that. Good Lord.
Nothing wrong with that, Joe.
Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. Huge win in the derby for Wolves. Massive. Bellegarde getting it on 12, and then Kuna on 90+7. But he had so many scintillating runs, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was so unlucky at times. I don't know how many times he whipped balls across the post and stuff like that. No.
And that's why a lot of clubs have been looking at him. He's been on fire for them all season. It's been a bad season for Wolves, but I think he's been a standout player. The chances they had in the first half should have killed the game off. I think the 3 points they well deserved it. I was looking at it thinking, Villa get a win or maybe a draw, but Wolves were unbelievable. And the Cooney, I was glad he scored in the end. I know it was a late goal, but he deserved that goal in the game.
Come on, Aces. You need to do better than that. Just because you're not good enough for Real Madrid doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means you're not good enough for Real Madrid. Come on.
Aces.
That's silly thing to say. That's
Aces is fishing tonight, isn't he?
Plenty of players leave Real Madrid and are awesome. Don't be silly now. That's a stupid thing to be saying. If Guedes could finish, yeah, absolutely. Agbedo at the back being brilliant for us, yeah. Even in games we've lost, yeah, absolutely. Nate, ain't Nori going off with a slight knock? Was it an injury or something like that? Don't know. I didn't see an update on him.
Can I just say it's about time Wolves got a bit of luck with the VAR as well, Ryan? You've been very unlucky over the last season or two. Not even in the last few weeks, over the last few seasons. Been very unlucky. I'll go back to the Sheffield United game in Bramall Lane. That's how far I go back to being unlucky with VAR. So I went on your side and was delighted for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's fine. No, that's good. That's good. I like him. I like Ain't He's a good player. Brentford nil, Tottenham 2. Janelt with an OG and Sarr on 87.
Yeah, good win. I was expecting a bit more from Brentford, to be honest with you. Against Spurs, you know yourself, you just don't know what Spurs team's going to show up in the day, But
the boy Vissa missed a couple of sitters, didn't he?
Vissa, yeah, he missed one chance in particular. But I thought Spence for Spurs was unbelievable, Since it's moved from Forest, he's kind of, I don't know if he was using the right way when he initially came in, but this season he's been fantastic and it was a great performance. Listen, if you talk about Spurs, you're always talking the likes of Song and Madison and Kulusevski and stuff like that. But Spence was unbelievable on Chelsea. Sorry. Ball came in. West Ham hit the post there a few minutes ago and just looking. Cole Palmer has the ball at the edge. Oh, what a goal!
Morris it took a deflection.
Yeah, what a goal! It took a deflection though. He has it on the left hand side of the box. I thought initially he was going to cross it, but he takes a shot and it hits off a West Ham leg and loops over the keeper to Wan-Bissaka. It looks like, and 2-1. Yeah, Jesus, how the tides have turned.
Villa have just confirmed there as well that Caden Young has joined Royal Antwerp on loan.
Antwerp, yeah. Palmer, he had it in him because he hasn't done much. It was a ball by Neto on the right hand side, but it just looped back in. Cucurella plays it back to Palmer. He takes it in on the left hand side of the box, and I don't think it was a shot. I think it was a cross, and then initially just hits off Wan-Bissaka and loops over the keeper to make it 2-1. And Chelsea are in the driving seat now. Oh, unlucky because West Ham hit the post about 5-10 minutes ago. The lads will tell you it might have been offside though if the header had gone in for West Ham. But yeah,
what have we got left? About 20 minutes.
About 15. But 15 plus injury time. Yeah, I'd say.
No bother. Big game yesterday. Man United 0, Crystal Palace 2. Mateta with both goals.
Yeah, I was in Dundrum yesterday. My dad obviously had a hip operation back from Alicante, so I went over to see him. So we watched it. I thought first half we did okay. We started off okay. We hit the post. Garnacho had a shot that was blocked. Obviously went out for a corner. I was thinking, right, fair enough. But I think in the second half we just got outplayed and physically outdone. And Palace were well worth their win in that second half. Obviously, he was unlucky to lose Martinez. Looks like an ACL out for the rest of the season and stuff. So, it's just again, what do you do? We're in kind of
another freak one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's just we're in no man's land at the minute. We're not playing overly bad, but we're not picking up wins. Even Thursday night, the Europa League, the first, was it?
Plenty of roars in the crowd.
That's it, Morris. That's it.
Man. Come out, big up, come out. What's happening? Good to see you. Must win 3 points, but unfortunately, 2 more
Oh,
defeats coming with Liverpool and Villa in the cup. You never know. We might win one of them.
is he all set for
First,
Friday week? The first League of Ireland game down in Inchicore.
he is indeed. He
We
is.
have
Most times he drops into me, he has that good St. Pat's gear on.
I see they were in Marbella last week, I think, wasn't it? They were in Marbella playing a few friendlies over there and stuff. So
Spending that good Virgin Media money.
yeah, exactly. Obviously the President's Cup is this Friday, Shells and Drogheda in Talca Park, so that should be a good one. The President's Cup.
Graham has big links with the club as well.
With Pats?
Yeah, I think Graham's granddad, I think, was either president or secretary back in the day. I think he said that to me before.
And I think, doesn't Graham have to go by Tallaght Stadium to get the Inchicore? He's over in Tallaway, isn't he?
Yeah.
I won the Graham.
The Tallaght OG.
Yeah, fair play.
Kate, I'm glad we haven't signed anyone that don't want that fraud having any more money.
Come on, Joanne.
Get in, Joanne.
Chelsea had another opportunity there. Free kick whipped in from the left. I don't know who got the header. Great save by the keeper. Play back in. I thought that should have been a corner. It's gone in for
now, I still haven't gone off this. So, is it just you don't want to talk about United, or what's the story?
No, I didn't. I no bother saying it. But like I said, you look at Thursday. The first half was brutal. We got back into it, and first half was better yesterday. But second half, we were just outclassed, physically outdone by Palace. Listen, they've really good players in their ranks. Mateta again had a good game. I think the young lad, what's his name? Hughes played well. Who else? I was looking at one of the lads had a really good game. I can't remember who it was.
Grandad was on the Pat's board in the 80s and 90s.
He would have been there when our mate Ozo was there when he was in the 80s. But yeah, you look at the fixtures. We have Leicester this weekend in the FA Cup. You hope to get a win there and go on to the next round. Because the league, obviously, I said this last week or the week before, from I think the second game of Amron, you knew that there's going to be a big change. There's going to be a big swing around that we need. There's going to be 3 transfer windows, so we can just write the league off now. Hopefully go well in Europe, which we have been doing, and get a run in the FA Cup and try to do something there. But at the same time, you don't want to be losing as many home games as we have under Amron, that sort of way. Again, as well, for me, we talked about this a few weeks ago with the Dennis Law thing. It was the home game, obviously, close to the Munich disaster, and they laid the flowers down. In those big games, you want to have a performance from the lads. Every single United player, never forgets what happens on the 6th of February. 4 minutes past 3, and you were expecting something there. With the lads, but it just didn't happen, and I'm so just annoyed.
Joanne, I think you're doing your Arsenal side a bit of a disservice there. I know City have struggled at times and stuff like that. No, but like putting 5 goals past City is nothing to be watered down.
He's played very well.
I thought they were excellent, and I thought, listen, you look at that City side. Like they weren't missing a whole lot by Rodri, and they had new signings in there. Marmouche was in there. There was players in there and stuff like that. Ortega, obviously, instead of Edison, looked a little bit shaky. Yes, he's more shaky than he normally looks. So he's normally decent and stuff like that. And
he's solid enough, isn't he?
Obviously they were missing 1 or 2 players, but I wouldn't want like that. That would certainly not be where I'd be thinking.
And a lot of teams go on. If you remember, the Haaland goal goes in. A lot of teams have dropped their head, but Arsenal bounced back and went straight back at them. And that's the way to do it. What did he say? Need to sign who?
Need to sign Cody Rose to finish the story. I take a 5-1 win over City any day, but I take a trophy even more. But you got to win those 5 wins to get that trophy.
If you want to take a trophy, go on to Hogan Elite Trophy Hire on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, Morris. We'll get you down to Kilkenny.
There if you need a lend of them. Old Trafford is not the fortress it once was. Teams are not afraid to go there anymore.
Definitely, Philip. 100%.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, but I just think, I mean, I was looking at a stat there the other day, and I was thinking, is it 7 home defeats now in 11 for Amron or something like that? And I was looking at a stat. Alex Ferguson to lose 7 home games was 88 games. And that was at a time when he took over an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Remember when United were in a real mess when Alex took over? So I don't know. I think sometimes, like, eventually at some stage you have to, like, results have to become important at some stage. You know what I mean? And you can't just keep on saying we're in a rebuild, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, I listen to people talk like that and all, and I was going, well, last summer all these players were supposed to be brought in the way that the club wanted to play football. And that it didn't matter which manager then you brought in, you had these players. They weren't Eric Ten Hag players. They were players, Wilcox, Barada, blah, 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 blah. And, like, you're looking at it now and you're going, that's clearly not the case. You know what I mean?
It's a sign when you've two recognised strikers on the bench and you don't start with a striker, you know, that sort of way. That says it all, you know. And we know Xerxes and Hoyland have been at the races. Xerxes bounced back from obviously getting booed in Old Trafford a few weeks ago. Hey, thanks, Morris. Fair play. I hope I don't get any cheap heat from that little plug, you know. So listen, it's nothing's going right at the moment. Like I said, we just have to just keep taking it game by game and trying to improve. It's a write off of a season. It's trying to get the lads to play ball and adjust to this system that he's playing and hopefully we get a few more players in the summer, get rid of a few more and then see where we're at. I think realistically it hasn't been ideal coming in at the time he's came in.
I mean, we know he should have come in the summer. Hindsight's a great thing.
Yeah.
He should have had a pre-season and all that. But I mean, you know, you got to. And listen, this is no disrespect to Crystal Palace around like that. Crystal Palace, but like, you have to expect more. You can't keep on going. The Glazers, Ineos, this, that, the other, and all. Eventually, like, you have to put, like, I mean, you look at yesterday. He sat down Xerxes. He sat down Hoyland. He put Mainu, I think, in the 9. The 10 started out quite compact beside him, and you looked really good for that first, say, 15 minutes or whatever it was, 20 minutes. Yeah. Then they stretched back out like into wingers or whatever it was, and Mainu was isolated in the middle. And it just sort of kind of unfolded then from there. But I don't know. I think there should be a greater expectation of performance and getting results, even if you have to dig in and get a dirty 1-0 or whatever it is. I know people are saying, don't change the system. This is the system he plays, blah, 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 and all that. And I get that. But I mean, at some stage, you have to have a little bit of flexibility, get a result over the line, get a bit of momentum going and stuff like that. And all,
you do, and like I said, it's just you see we haven't created enough. You know, Dallo and Mazraoui, as much as Mazraoui's been good, there hasn't been that creativity going forward. Dallo's the same. We haven't scored enough. We haven't created enough chances. I'm hoping with a bit of fluidity and new players coming in that happens, but it will take time. I'm going to judge him on next season when he has a full season to go at a full transfer window during the summer, and where from start to finish he knows what's that. Listen, January, you can't do much in January. You know yourself, because you literally can't do much. So during the summer I'll be judging him. Next season I'll be judging him. If it doesn't improve, a lot has to be put on the players' shoulders as well. A lot of like these lads have played under how many managers now, and the performances haven't been there. And there's a dark cloud over us at the minute as a club in general. A lot happening from top to bottom. It doesn't seem to, like, you look at Slot coming in. You know, you've had the success you did under Klopp. There was a lot of question marks of no one's really heard of him. He's coming in, going, right, is there going to be change? But he's just, excuse the pun, slotted in there really, really nicely. And, you know, he had you.
But in fairness to him, he was given a really good group of players.
No,
I know there was a drop off last season, but let's be honest. If Amarim was given that group of players, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying at United. Let's be honest there.
That's attitude, because it just shows you. A lot of those Liverpool players could have said, right, who's this lad? Listen, I'm gonna just take a handy here, you know, that type of way, or I'm not gonna do what he wants because I don't. Like our group, we have a group of players there. Bruno has it in him to be a top talent when he wants to, when he's not whinging at referees and other players. There was obviously question marks over Garnacho's attitude when he came in about, playing in the system and stuff, and that seems to be over now, that he's staying and stuff, and he's been doing well in training. The whole rigmarole over Marcus Rashford and the media circus that brought as well hasn't helped, I don't think, and thankfully that's over for now till he gets back during the summer, which I obviously he'd be off permanently, but it depends where. So just there's been a lot, and I do feel for him a bit because he done so well at Lisbon, and to be thrown in the deep end as he has, it's just been. And listen, any United manager, there's such a spotlight on the club, in the world media, that there's a lot of added pressure on that. And no disrespect to other clubs, but other clubs don't have, So yeah, I'll judge him over the transfer window, and then, like I said, once he has a full season under his belt next season, I'll judge him then,
Yeah, absolutely. Sky Sports are actually confirming here that João Felix has arrived in Italy to complete his loan move from Chelsea to AC Milan. The fee is a loan fee for $5 million, and it says that Felix signed a 7-year contract when he moved to Chelsea from Atletico in a $45 million deal. And I think Milan are picking up the wages from what I read as well. So that's I don't know. You look at Chelsea as well. You know what I mean? I know some of these guys are kind of maybe not fitting in, or they're bit part players and stuff like that and all, but some of these players are a great option. We've spoke about their bench, so but we shall see. And then we rounded out, of course, Arsenal 5, Man City 1. We spoke about this probably more than enough. Very impressed with Lewis Skelly yesterday.
He was unreal,
but again, some people like that little bit of shithousery and guys as a kid and stuff like that and all. And it's kind of fun as well, but it's kind of, be careful, kid, as well. Don't get too far ahead of yourself here.
I thought Thomas Partey had a great game as well. I thought he was very good.
Very good. Took his goal lovely as well. And I mean, they wrote their look a little bit as well. And Nwari came on as well, and he's an excellent baller as well. So, I suppose when you look at what they have available to them as well, Arteta probably just needs to be a bit braver and put these guys in. You know what I mean? Roll the dice and put these guys in. They're the guys who'll tend to give you 120%, Sunderland 3-2 up against Middlesbrough at the moment for Acers as well. So there you go. Let's talk about this. Obviously, we've got Carabao Cup semi-finals coming up. Newcastle 2-0 up from the first leg against Arsenal. Up to St. James's on Wednesday. And then Liverpool 1-0 down to Tottenham. I think the boy Bergval got the goal. I watched it when I was in Florida. But back to Anfield for the second leg. Tell me now, call the final.
I'm going. I think if Newcastle score early and make it 3-0, I think obviously that's game over, But I do think Hughes will beat Spurs. It depends what Spurs shows up. But I think you'll win 3-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. And I think Newcastle are going to go through. So Newcastle Liverpool final.
Yeah, I think you're right, Morris. Just play with a bit of freedom, and a bit of enjoyment. If you enjoy your ball, I think you'll do much better and stuff like that. Just to let you know, we're into stoppage time at Stamford Bridge. Still 2-1 to Chelsea. Neto and Wan-Bissaka with an OG, and Bowen with the earlier one before half-time to give West Ham the lead. Potter will be surely looking. I don't know what we have here injury time-wise. 7 minutes of injury time. Wow. Plenty of time for West Ham. There we go.
Chelsea should have put the game to bed there. Misplaced pass. West Ham just got the block. They're on after playing up to Bowen, who looks like he's on his own up there. Lays it out to Wan-Bissaka on the right.
And Liverpool will go through with Newcastle. So people are thinking the Newcastle-Liverpool final, because I think Newcastle will be the home team on the day, if I'm correct. So there we go. Marcus Rashford.
Yes.
Off to Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm. I like the way you took you picked a picture of him smiling to the actual picture that was put out there.
The pictures I put out there were horrific. I'm not going to lie.
They were horrible.
I was taking a take at it and I was going, did they just drum this guy up from somewhere? This is hardly Marcus Rashford, is it?
No. He listen, like I said when Philip came into the chat there, I think he'll do well, Phil. I really do, under Emery. He'll probably rediscover some of the form and the attitude. More importantly, the attitude. His attitudes over the last few years has really slunken. There is a player in there. There's definitely a player in there, and I think he'll do well. Especially under, like, you look at Duran's gone out. He's getting the number 9 jersey now. Asensio's coming in. They're in the Champions League. Emery's a fantastic manager. Yes, they've been lacking goals over the last while. They've lost a little bit of form, maybe due to obviously playing the league and playing the Champions League. But I really, yeah, that's what I said.
Not just a nightclub. The nightclub in Belfast probably that time.
Yeah. But I do. I think that has a bit to play with it. The Champions, like, balancing the Champions League and the league at the same time. But I think he'll do really well there. And listen, I've been so frustrated with him over a few years, but he's a human being at the end of the day. And listen, you can only try to wish him success, even though his attitude has stunk. And Sancho weighing in, did you see his little comment on the knee? Fucking need you, absolutely.
It's been. I suppose when you look at it as well, it's been like, we know these guys are paid truckloads of money and all that kind of stuff, but it's been a real tough period for United as a club as well. And we can't displace that. And of course, that, Marcus, as well. You've a little bit of inside knowledge here as well. He's been going through quite a bit outside of football.
Yeah.
So there's a lot for him to deal with there. And that doesn't take away from the fact that his job as a professional footballer for Man United, and he just hasn't delivered more often than not.
Yeah.
But what's your feeling? I asked in the WhatsApp group today, do you think he's going to crash, or do you think this is where he could, new surroundings, Emery as a manager, different kind of totally different, I suppose, to United. Do you think that could refresh him into finding the form that he had before? Because, I mean, obviously, not only is it club football and stuff like that as well, but I'm sure he has aspirations of getting back into the England situation as well.
I definitely would do, yeah. And I do think it's going to happen. Do think he's going to shine for Aston Villa. The Villa fans are very loyal. That whole down, once they take it in, that's it. And I think that will be the case. I think he'll start off well, score a few goals, and he'll find that confidence that he's lost. Listen, yeah, like I said, there's been stuff happening off the pitch, which I've been told about and stuff. And listen, that happens, but you're getting paid to play football for a club. It doesn't matter who the owners are or who the manager is. You're paid to play for that club. $350 a week. That's a hell of a lot. There's people out there saving lives don't even get that. That sort of way. And you're giving out that you're not getting on and this, that, and the other. So yeah, listen, I'm glad to see the back of him. Yes, absolutely. Am I kind of frustrated that it ended the way it has? Yes. I think he has a lot of potential still in him. West Ham nearly scored at the edge of the 6-yard box there. Yeah, he has. I think he has still so much potential, and I think he'll get that confidence back. And obviously, there's a big tournaments coming up for England under a new manager as well, and a new management team. So, I really do think he'll do well there, and God knows what's going to happen now at the end of the season.
Michael Bridge at Sky Sports. Tell highly likely to be Spurs' final signing. Mate, there's about an hour and 10 minutes to go in the window. What are you expecting to do? Like, they haven't got a bus load of lads pulling up for medicals out back. These lads are crazy, aren't they? Absolutely crazy. Joanne, I thought we were friends. What's this Tottenham Arsenal final? Come on now. You're better, you're better than that now. You're just pointing. You're pointing for a Carabao Cup.
Joanna's good at the old predictions now, in fairness. So I've seen some of the results that she puts up, so fair play.
But it's Tottenham and Anfield. Stop. Rashford will be good under Good Evening. He will be good under Good Evening. Ratcliffe not happy with United performances in the last few weeks. Listen,
don't think anyone. That's not breaking news at Aces, to be fair.
Yeah. Aces, give us some news, will you? Give us some news. Right, the draw for the Champions League was done on Friday. Give me your quick picks for each game.
Yeah, like City Madrid's gonna be probably one of the standouts there. You've obviously, from a different point of view, Celtic and Munich, that's Champions League in Parkhead. Them nights are unreal. Do you remember them beating Barcelona years ago? The man Forrest scoring and stuff. So yeah, I think Madrid are going to edge City over the 2 legs. Is it 2 legs, isn't it? Or is it 1 leg?
Yeah, no, it's 2 legs.
2 legs. Yeah, I think Madrid will do them over the 2 legs. Then obviously AC Milan. You come in at the next round, don't you? Cause
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't we start at the top? So we've Brest versus PSG. So you're
yes,
thinking PSG there, yeah.
PSG. Yeah,
so we don't
Atalanta.
miss on Club Brugge at Atlanta. Yeah, who are you going? City Real.
I'll go Real over the 2 legs.
Okay. Juventus PSV.
Yeah, Juve just about. I think PSV will give them a good game though.
And then you have Monaco Benfica. Kind of sliding towards Benfica.
I was just going to say Benfica there.
Yeah. Sporting versus Dortmund. You would expect Dortmund, wouldn't you?
I think so. Yeah. If Amarin had been at Sporting, and I think Sporting are missing a few players now through injury as well, so I think Dortmund will edge that.
Match just finished 2-1 to Chelsea. Big win for Chelsea back again.
Time to stick on Sky Sports News.
Celtic versus Bayern.
Do you know what? It's one of those. I would not be surprised if Celtic got a draw in the first leg and just got annihilated in the second leg. So if they got a draw,
so with that in mind, you're going Bayern.
Bayern Munich, yeah, Bayern to go through, yeah.
And then Dortmund, of course. Dortmund have just signed a new manager, haven't they? They got rid of their manager. So
yes.
They just brought in a new manager.
Excuse me.
Kovac or something. Feyenoord versus AC Milan.
AC.
Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Where are we? Morris. All away teams to qualify in that graphic. It's actually not a bad shout, actually.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting beat the bookie. Kane going to have a field day against Celtic. Probably not as much at Celtic Park. Maybe back in Munich.
Yeah.
Teams. Yeah, absolutely, Morris. League on our second defeat. There we go. Right, what else have we got? Did I mention, of course? I must mention this as well. Mo Salah has moved up to 6th, outshining Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard, all in the same week.
Over Henry? You never mentioned that. You went over.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Henry because I was taking.
Should have done it Floyd or something last week.
I should have done it last Monday. Yeah, because I think the Arsenal fans were hurting enough. I didn't want to really rub salt in the wound, you know. But then it's this is the man who's overlooked, and you know something, he's not even mentioned in the Player of the Month nominees. There
is
you
he
go. No, because most of us good. There you go. Overtakes Thierry Henry, overtakes Frank Lampard, all in the 1 week, may I add, and doesn't even get a mention.
No,
doesn't even get a mention. Right, where are we? Who's been critiquing Mo? Sure. You know. Wasn't so long ago people were saying he was done.
Yeah. Is he going to sign the contract though? That's the big question. Like,
do you know what I meant to say, Joe? I was watching tonight, Gladiators.
Oh,
have you been watching it?
Yeah.
Did you see who the referee is on Gladiators?
Yeah, Clattenburg. Yeah.
How did that come about?
He's been on it since the start. Yeah.
Oh,
since
has he?
The reboot. Yeah.
Tonight was the first time I watched it. And your man said, "Am I bringing in referee Mark Clattenburg?" And I hadn't seen it, and I said, "Not the Mark Clattenburg, is it?" Because these guys would get Nixers anywhere, wouldn't they?
Sure, he was on. You know that Michael McIntyre's The Wheel. You know the quiz show on a Saturday night on BBC. He was on that. Yeah, I'd say he is. I was just looking like they drew with Cardiff there at the start of January. Then they were beaten by Blackburn, beaten by Portsmouth, got a win against West Brom, beaten by Preston, and now beaten by Sunderland. Yeah, it doesn't make for good reading, to be honest, does it? I think they're
Joanne, I presume, Joanne, you mean I thought Emery would have had more sense signing Marcus Rashford. I presume that's what you meant. But then you're delighted that he's gone there and not gone to Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal are going to go in for a player anyway.
No.
Willian Dale agreed in principle is the latest news in there. And Rob Holding has completed a move to Sheffield United from Crystal Palace. Speaking of our Arsenal friends in the chat, Rob Holding. There you go. So that's the latest ones that have popped up here. So if you see anything else, let me know. What a window will be for Liverpool if they announce Salah extension at 11. We ain't announcing anything. We're bums. Absolute bums we are. It's crazy.
Did you see the press conference with your mate? Mr. Henderson. Here.
David Coote using his sexuality to get out of being a prick, I see. Jesus. What an actor. What an actor. There we go. Monaco we go for. Joanne's gone for Monaco over Benfica. Interesting.
That'd be a
Dortmund, I think Dortmund's a shoe. The only worry I have about Dortmund is the fact that a new manager has just gone in. That's the only thing. And Dortmund are not that kind of new manager bounty kind of team. So Bayern, I think Bayern over 2 legs against Celtic. Yeah, I think so. Arsenal couldn't loan him as they have 2 active Premier League loans. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you were never going to drop the bag on him either. United would have scooped that up. I was worried we were just going to sign Rashford outright. Yeah, that would be the.
John, you would have been doing us a massive favour if you had done that.
I tell you, I don't know. You just get the feeling with this kid, like he's gone to Villa now and stuff like that. But you just get the feeling with him, he could just shed himself of all that. I'm the academy player. I'm the guy they put up there. Now I can just go in and play football. I'm not a Villa legend. I'm not a Villa academy player. I don't have to carry the weight of the responsibility. I only have to carry the weight of my own performances. And that's huge for players.
He will. You'll start to see he'll start to enjoy his football again. He hasn't been enjoying his football at all. I think it's gotten to him. So he'll, I just see Jordan Rhodes has gone from Blackpool to Mansfield on loan. Brucey hasn't really been playing him lately. So good signing for Mansfield.
That didn't come up on mine anyway. The last thing I've seen here is Silla. The deal for a back car, Silla, is it? Cilia has collapsed. Southampton's deal.
Oh, okay.
Sky now reporting Parma are set to sign Cilia with his move to St. Mary's now off.
I'm still waiting on us to sign Schneider. Come up, Wesley Schneider.
There you go.
Yeah, I see 5 million fee. West Ham. And Evan went to West Ham earlier, yeah?
Sheffield United. Hold on, the night is still young. Rob Holding.
Jesus Christ.
That is crazy, isn't it? That is crazy.
Good move for Evan going to West Ham as well. Did he play under Potter at Brighton? Would he been there when Potter was there? Or was it Evan Ferguson?
Yes. Yes, he would. I think it was Potter who gave him the break, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Potter who gave him the break. Yeah, so
that's a very good move for him now, to be honest. If he can stay fit as well,
Yeah, and I think and probably not get too distracted by London. Because there's a lot of distractions down in London for a lad like that and stuff. So, and it's what way do you think they're going to play him as well?
It'd be interesting. Obviously, the last World they're playing Bowen up top. They had obviously. Listen, we all know what happened. To who's where did Malacia go on loan? I just caught the end of the thing there.
I haven't seen it. It hasn't come up for me yet.
Malassia's gone on loan somewhere. I missed that. If anyone in the chat knows, just let us know. Just seeing it going up. Yeah, I think that they're playing right up top as a target man. I think obviously Antonio had been there, and obviously we know what happened there, and hopefully there's a speedy recovery and all that. But yeah, I think
Bowen will switch out to the natural right position again.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah, I think he definitely will, and that's where he's best at. I think he's been doing a job for them there, no doubt about it. But he enjoys football more now, playing off the wing.
Arsenal in for Benzema. We're all behind Ferguson. Yeah, absolutely. We want him to do well. Absolutely. Now, where 3 goals Wednesday, good on that if you fancy a bet. Absolutely. Niall, when is your Royal Rumble review on this week again? I have a lot to say about that Royal Rumble. Looking forward to it. It's on Wednesday. Wednesday's Pro Wrestling Weekly. Wednesday. Yes, I'm surprised a manager of Emery quality signed Rashford.
Did they win the Rumble now?
PSV's going to.
PSV.
Is that where he came from? Or did he come from Ajax?
PSV or Feyenoord, was it?
Can't remember.
Did we play Champions League football anyway? Did I win the Royal Rumble? No, number 9.
No, I think 20, wasn't it? Well, 20 won the men's. Can't remember. I think it was 20 was JU. So I'm not sure. Couldn't even tell you who had the numbers actually. So they could have all won for all I know. What else have we got here? Have we anything else coming down? 54 minutes to the end of the window, folks, just to let you know as well.
I like to look
We're
at
not
Spurs
staying here for the whole
training
thing.
ground there now at the minute.
Yeah.
She's all right. Sorry. Got a bit distracted.
Harry Redknapp signed anyone yet? No?
Yeah, you'd miss that, wouldn't it? Who was
He
it?
gets 6 players in the last hour.
Who was it that was Oldham Winning, was it? That was outside QPR that time waiting on the call.
Begging.
Yeah.
Begging.
I think he was signing from Stoke to QPR or something, and he was just sitting there around the corner from the stadium. Like, never happened in the end.
Remember all the Portsmouth signings? It was crazy.
Oh, Jesus, that's
crazy. Just pulling names out of nowhere, like.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy Gray got in bother for that, Mark.
How do you know it's a woman, Morris? We could have been looking at a lad there. You never know.
Absolutely. There we go.
Yeah, some what was it? David James, Peter Crouch, Defoe, Sheringham was there as well, and
who else you bring in? Your man Crankchar. Well,
Crankchar. He brought him everywhere, didn't he? Yeah. Glenn Johnson, he signed as well. That's the year they won the FA Cup and all, didn't he?
I think so, yeah. He went on a mad one anyway, so.
I was watching something. He's doing a yoke with Specsavers now. They picked the worst team in the grassroots football in England, and Harry comes in and gives them a dig out and stuff like that. So there's 2 episodes already, so it was good, like, you know. So I'll keep an eye on that. It was, Morris. It was. Did you see the picture of his whistle? I sent you the picture of his whistle during the week, didn't I?
I watched the Royal Rumble last night. Really enjoyed it. I thought the Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens fight was brilliant. It was. Kevin Owens really beat up after that. He was really beat up.
Actually, Morris in the chat, sorry, this is totally off script. What's happened with Fibbers? I heard
no script in this show.
That's all right. Now, with Fibbers, because the living room's closed, isn't it? I heard the hotel are trying to buy the outdoor area and stuff like that, you know? I have them up there, Morris.
Yeah, we have the ribbons are on them.
That's why I was running late. I had the trophies and panty bar earlier, so that's why I had to get back here, you know. It was a bit of crack. It was a good bit of crack.
There you go. Yeah, no, I haven't heard that about that Fibbers.
Yeah, no, the living room was sold off, so I don't know what the story is. Apparently, the lads in the hotel are trying to buy the back area of it and stuff.
Keith, I can see the steam coming out of your nostrils through that comment. I could see everyone was in the same boat. Don't worry about that. Did I read today as well? TMZ apparently reporting that she's getting divorced. I think she's only married about 2 years. She's getting divorced from Andrade, apparently. Did I read that, or was it a mess? I think it's real, is it? Living room was on a lease, so that expired and the hotel bought it. Fibbers, okay, and living room moving to the AIB Bank on O'Connell Street.
Okay. Very good.
Interesting.
Nice one.
Interesting. Yeah, third divorce, the apple and all that. Love it. Absolutely, Morris. I know where that one's going. No more updates here. Huddersfield signing.
You know, not expecting any more transfers before the deadline. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, well, at least you signed 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we signed anyone. I was even disappointed. I posted the outs today, and I was even disappointed in the outs.
Remember, you got your man from Preston that time that you never used. Who was that? Remember the centre half he's bought off Preston?
Ben Davis.
Yeah, that was it.
We bought him. I think we bought him off Swansea, didn't we?
Was it Swansea? I thought
it was Swansea we bought him off. I think we loaned him out to Preston, and then I think we loaned him out to Celtic as well, didn't we? I think. Well, I thought we bought him off Swansea or one of the Welsh clubs. Jaman's in. Where are we now? Philip Fibbers, an old haunt of mine. Some spot.
Yeah, Jesus. We went in there.
Shelby updates. He's back, isn't he? Didn't he come back? Who did he come back to? He came back from Turkey.
Burnley.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
To Burnley. What was the thing? The only ball lad that went to Turkey and came home bald as well.
Yeah.
Do you want a £5 bet, 2.5 grand returns on him scoring 3 goals, and then Wary? Not a bad time. That's a decent bet. Yeah, signed for Burnley. My bad. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was early in the window as well. Actually,
I need someone tried to hustle me in favor or in the living room before, but I caught what I was up to.
I thought you were going to say Panty Bar.
I was Panty Bar. No, your man kept moving the table when I was about to take a shot, and I noticed him. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he kept trying to move the table, and there's a bit of a slant on it then. So I called him out. Sure, there was nearly a bleeding fight and everything.
That's when you swing with the butt end of the cue, not the tip end.
Yes.
Gary Neville understands why Arsenal didn't sign a striker. I hate this shit. This will boil people's blood now, even in the chat. It's a difficult window to do business in, and the type of striker Arsenal need is a significant one, and those players aren't available. Yes, they are available if you put the money down. Stop talking nonsense. Stop talking nonsense. I hate that crap. I really hate listening to that crap.
There's players out there. There's no doubt about it.
Of course there is. If you look how many players are available out there if you throw the money down.
Yeah, I was going to say whether they're willing to throw the money down is the other thing, but there's definitely players there. Like,
big up, Daz. Hope you're good. Oh, just for you and Daz, by the way, Ben is going to an exhibition night next Sunday, I think, down in Wicklow. He's playing darts with Luke Humphreys.
Oh, no way, daily.
So there you go, yeah. So there we go.
Will just go to that, well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I looked into going this year, actually, to the World Championships, yeah. So if you're interested, keep in mind we have a bit of crack him over for a couple of days or something. It's not usually expensive. I think it's about, did I read somewhere between 45 and 65 a ticket? It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, and listen, Morris, we're not short of money. You're not short of money. I mean, you could go out there if you want Yerkes out of Sporting, you could get him. If you want to tell, you could get him. You know, there's so many out there. If you truly wanted Watkins, you would have made a move before the Duran stuff and all. Duran was available. Ivan Toney went to Saudi. There's so many of these players are available there if you throw the money down. The money is there. You know, we seen the man Kvaratskhelia going to, I know he's more of a winger and stuff like that, but what a player he is, and went for 63 million to PSG. Absolute snip. There's players out there if you want to spend the money and show the ambition. The problem is we don't. I mean, I watched that. I don't know if you watched that documentary, How to Win the Champions League. The first episode is on Real Madrid. The rest of us aren't even playing football compared to that club. That club is just insane. And it's just they did a story there. Your man Paul, what's his name? Paul Clement was the assistant.
Yeah.
And they were saying when they won the Champions League, they went back into the dressing room. And, of course, the champagne was getting sprayed everywhere. The suits were getting destroyed, the whole thing. But he noticed 4 or 5 of the Portuguese players huddled in a corner having a chat. And I think it was Ancelotti or Zidane, whoever it was, told Paul Clement to go over and ask him, what were they talking about? And when he went over and asked him, he says, we're discussing how we're going to win it next year. This is literally just after getting the trophy and going back into the dressing room. That's elite mentality. Yeah, elite 100%. Mentality. And it's just you listen to the president there, Perez and all and everything, and it's just that desire. Like he turned around to he brought one of the chief scouts in. They had a bit of a dry period in the Champions League for about 8 or 10 years or something like that. Yeah. And he brought either 1 or 2 of the chief scouts in, and he said, I want you to go and find me 5 or 6 players that will win me the Champions League. And I think even listening to them, they talk about the Champions League is more of a priority than La Liga.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
La Liga is the base expectation.
Yeah.
You know, too right, Niall. The steam coming from I want to St. Charles to win that Royal Rumble. I would rather see May Young come back from the grave and win it than that bitch.
Jesus, how May Young?
He's off to Leicester in 2 weeks. Did he tell you?
No. Tell you. Arsenal playing?
Yeah.
Nice one. Is he doing a bit of gigging over there as well?
Well, he mightn't be sitting in the away end. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But the less said about that, the better. You know, he might be going for that Jamie Vardy party. You know, the Premier League badge.
Oh yes,
Jamie Vardy party. You know, there you go.
Would he get it on the back of his jersey?
In fairness, he got a great deal compared to what we're being charged to go see matches. It's scandalous.
Yeah,
I think he was saying he paid. I think he said it was nearly £100 in total for the membership and the ticket.
Jesus Christ. That's just, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Like,
yeah, absolutely no-brainer. Well, listen, another great show as always, folks. Always appreciate you joining us. Wednesday, I'll be here 8 o'clock Wednesday for Pro Wrestling Weekly. We'll do a full review of the Royal Rumble. You can give me all your thoughts on that, plus all the usual stuff that we cover. We'll do a Raw recap on one end. Yeah, €109 we signed per ticket.
fair
There
play,
we go.
man.
After less than 2 weeks, there we go. €109 per ticket. Couldn't go wrong. Couldn't go wrong.
Few packets of walkers.
We're not expecting anything else really to happen on deadline day, folks, except probably confirmations of Tell and Joe Felix and the likes and stuff like that and all. They're saying there Jeffrey Schlupp has completed his medical at Celtic. They only mentioned about 20 minutes ago he was going in for it. What's that medical like? What's that about?
Jesus,
20 minutes in and out.
in and out.
Like the burger.
Cup of tea.
In and out.
Cup of tea. How are you feeling, Grant?
So there we go. So we've just over 43 minutes left in the window, folks. I don't see anything happening, but if they do, we'll discuss it on Thursday with Darren as well. I think that's about it. So, folks, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button and drop a like in the video. We'd really appreciate it. And come join us on Wednesday. We'll be talking about who won the Royal Rumble competitions that we had, and we'll be getting your details for all that stuff. We'll send you out shirts and caps, all that kind of good stuff as well. Great show, guys. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Yeah. Look, you're writing your notes down, Keaton. You'll have a big pad of notes in front of you and everything.
Well, actually, I'm looking forward. I might jump in the comments myself to see what Keaton's been saying because he's dying for it.
Sue Smith on Sky Sports look like a female Odegaard. Yeah. Without Joanne, without the snot Joanne. Yeah, she's a real Spandau Ballet Duran fan, I'd say she was back in the day, wasn't she? Yeah. Absolutely. So there
was she on the football show this morning, and now she's on this tonight? You know how she does it with Warnock and Gallagher?
Coining it in. Absolutely. So, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll catch you Wednesday for Pro Wrestling Weekly, and of course Thursday for Thursday Tier Talk. And we'll talk again real soon. Cheers, cuz.
Cheers, lads.